As the soldiers led Jesus away, they seized Simon from Cyrene, the father of Alexander and Rufus, who was passing by on his way in from the country, and they forced him to carry the cross. They put the cross on him and made him carry it behind Jesus. It was 9 a.m. when they crucified him. A large number of people followed him, including women who mourned and wailed for him. Jesus turned and said to them,
Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me. Weep for yourselves and for your children. For the time will come when you will say, Blessed are the childless women, the wombs that never bore, and the breasts that never nursed. Then they will say to the mountains, Fall on us, and to the hills, Cover us. For if people do these things when the tree is green, what will happen when it is dry?
2 other men, both criminals, were also led out with him to be executed. They came to a place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. When they came to the place called the skull, they crucified him there along with the criminals, one on his right, the other on his left. Jesus said,
Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing.
and they divided up his clothes by casting lots. The people stood watching, and the rulers even sneered at him. They said,
He saved others, let him save himself, if he's God's Messiah, the chosen one.
The soldiers also came up and mocked him. There they offered Jesus wine to drink mixed with gall, but after tasting it, he refused to drink it.
If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself.
Near the cross of Jesus stood his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother there, and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to her,
Woman, here is your son.
and to the disciple,
Here is your mother.
From that time on, this disciple took her into his home. One of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him.
Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us.
But the other criminal rebuked him.
Don't you fear God?
He said,
Since you are under the same sentence, we are punished justly, for we are getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong.
Then he said,
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Jesus answered him,
Truly, I tell you today, you will be with me in paradise.
Those who passed by hurled insults at him, shaking their heads and saying,
If you are going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, save yourself, come down from the cross, if you are the Son of God.
In the same way, the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders mocked him.
He saved others. but he can't save himself.
Eli, Eli, sabachthani.
which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? When some of those standing there heard this, they said,
Now leave him alone and see if Elijah comes down to save him.
Let this Messiah, this King of Israel, come down now from the cross, that we may see and believe.
When he had received the drink, Jesus cried out again,
It is finished. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit.
With that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit, and he breathed his last. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two, from top to bottom. The earth shook, the rock split, and the tombs broke open. The bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. They came out of the tombs after Jesus' resurrection and went into the holy city and appeared to many people.
Isaiah 53:12. Because he poured out his soul to death and was numbered with the transgressors, yet he bore the sin of many and makes intercessions for the transgressors.
The centurion, seeing what had happened, praised God and said,
Surely this was the Son of God.
When all the people who had gathered to witness this sight what took place, they beat their breasts and went away. But all those who knew him, including the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance watching these things. They had followed Jesus from Galilee to care for his needs. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James and Joseph, and the mother of Zebedee's sons. As evening approached, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, a prominent member of the council, a good and upright man who had not consented to their decision and action, who had himself become a disciple of Jesus, went boldly to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Pilate was surprised to hear that he was already dead. Summoning the centurion, he asked him if Jesus had already died. When he learned from the centurion that it was so, he gave the body to Joseph. Joseph took the body, wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and placed it in his own new tomb that he had cut out of the rock, one in which no one had yet been laid. He rolled a big stone in front of the entrance to the tomb and went away. Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of Joseph saw where he was laid. It was preparation day, and the Sabbath was about to begin. The women who had come with Jesus from Galilee went home and prepared spices and perfumes, but they rested on the Sabbath in obedience to the commandment.